One of the earliest myths describes hope as something sealed inside a box. When it was opened, suffering poured out first. Hope came last. Centuries later, in a prison in Maine, the same theme continues. This is the story of Randall Stevens, a millionaire who ends up living his dream life in Zihuatanejo. But before he became Randall Stevens, he was Andy Dufresne, a banker, a prisoner, a man serving 2 life sentences. Shawshank Redemption का नाम तो सबने सुना है. It is a classic, a textbook example of a good movie. YouTube पे हजारों वीडियोस ऑलरेडी हैं इसके ऊपर और 1000 और बनेंगी. After all, the movie has so much to offer. I have watched it many times, yet it took me so long to notice the pulse of the movie. A rhythm, a pattern of waxing and waning, highs and lows. At the center of that rhythm lies one word: hope. But while watching, I stumbled upon a question. Pandora ने जब Zeus का बॉक्स खोला था, was it curiosity or was it courage? The courage to defy the gods, which led hope into the world. So I started wondering, what comes first, hope, which inspires us to action, या फिर courage, which gives us hope to move forward? And does life itself follow the same oscillation? After Andy gets used to life at Shawshank, he begins his search. Not for freedom, but for something to live for. He is looking for a why. He is looking for hope. The first pulse in the movie comes in the form of courage. Let me set the scene. The prison roof needs maintenance. Red, Andy और उसके दोस्त volunteer for the job. On the roof, Andy overhears the captain talking about taxes. Now he has 2 choices. एक, to stay quiet and do his job, और दूसरी, to step forward and talk to the captain. He steps forward. At that moment, he has nothing more to lose. And strangely, that is exactly where courage appears. When you have nothing left to protect, fear loses its meaning. He approaches the captain, advises him. This could have gone terribly wrong. But it doesn't. In fact, it goes in his favor. A round of beers for everyone, a moment of dignity and peace. That single act becomes the first pulse of the film. Courage, answered by hope. More often than not, life places us at similar crossroads. एक तरफ एक्शन और दूसरी तरफ पैरालिसिस. डर हमें पैरालाइज कर देता है from taking action because we do not know whether the result will be hope or hopelessness. But the movie shows something subtle. Hope is not found. It is triggered by courage. From this point onwards, the film follows a rhythm. The warden notices him, the sisters are punished, his status as a prisoner improves, and parallel to all this, quietly, एक और आर्क शुरू होती है. The scene which we see at the end. Andy was carving his name on the wall. A small chip falls off, and for the first time, the prison is not absolute. That tiny fragment falling off is not freedom. It is something even more powerful. Possibility. Hope enters his world. Now Andy is operating from a different mindset. He writes letters to the state for funding. Not once, not twice, for 6 years. That is courage, fueled by hope. And once again, the world answers him. Books arrive, the library is built, and when hope is validated, it further gives him courage. In fact, this courage transforms into audacity. Mozart plays over the loudspeaker. एंडी को पता था कि इसका अंजाम अच्छा नहीं होगा. He does it anyway, because something inside him is now untouchable. This cycle continues. Hope begets courage, courage begets hope, until Williams arrives. Williams brings something new. वो अपने साथ लाता है एक बहुत बड़ी उम्मीद, एंडी की जिंदगी को बदल देने की उम्मीद. A possibility of proving his innocence, a possibility of restoring his old life. Before prison, before suffering, Andy dares to hope again. And that is when the rhythm breaks. The warden crushes that hope. Williams is killed. Andy is thrown into the hole. Here, the film reveals the harsh truth. Hope can elevate you, but when it collapses, it devastates. Red was right. Hope is a dangerous thing. In the final scenes of the movie, the pattern deepens. After Williams dies, Andy reaches a place somewhat similar. Just like back on the rooftop, nothing to lose, only emptiness. And in this emptiness, courage returns. Resolved courage. I have paid for my crimes and then some. Ziwataneho is no longer a fantasy, it becomes a decision. Get busy living or get busy dying. The escape is not just a prison break, it is the final act of courage. A mile of sewage and then rain, followed by the birth of Randall Stevens. Even the ending continues the rhythm. Red, who was once afraid of hope, finally chooses it. And to start it off, he finds courage. He violates his parole and boards a bus. He follows the promise buried under the oak tree. And in the end, hope does not destroy him. It redeems him. This is not just a prison story. It is a story about oscillation between courage and hope, between action and fear. And maybe that is why Shawshank feels timeless. Because just like Pandora's box, life seems to move in the same rhythm. Courage, hope, loss, then courage again. And somewhere at the bottom of the box, a small, steady light promising a hopeful tomorrow.